Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes star faces concern ahead of Brazilian Grand Prix. The Mercedes star soared to his fifth Formula One title last time out in Mexico. Fourth place was enough to secure him the championship with 2 matches to spare. The Englishman is now level with one Manuel Fangio on 5 career titles, but has a reason to be concerned ahead of the penultimate race of the season. The 33-year-old was beaten by Valtteri Bottas in practice. Bottas was 0.003 seconds quicker than Hamilton. Ferrari's was 0.073 seconds of the pace in third. Despite Hamilton's triumph, the Constructors' Championship is still up for grabs. Ferrari and Mercedes are both in the running. Mercedes currently lead the Scuderia by 55 points with 86 points still to play for. Hamilton will be keen to wrap up the season in style and show that he is a deserved champion. The Brazilian Grand Prix is the second to last race of the year before Abu Dhabi. Hamilton is also keen to reach Formula One record set by Michael Schumacher. The German has 7 titles to his names as well as 91 career wins and 156 podium finishes. After renewing his current contract until 2020, Hamilton has vowed to try and surpass the records. "I was just really not trying to take anything for granted," he said. "Whether or not I'm going to have the chance to win more, who knows? I'm going to give it everything to do so." The 91 wins that he, Schumacher, has, for example, that's a lot of wins. "There's still a long way to go, but I'm here for a few more years, so I'm hoping that I can at least get close." Related articles, BTCC News, Ingram on 2018 title fight, Knockhill drama and Driver of the Year nomination. Tom Ingram and his Speedworks Motorsport team drove a superb 2018 campaign, retaining the Independence Trophy for the second consecutive season and coming within 12 points of the overall title. The 25-year-old required a podium finish in round 29 to take the fight to the final race, but, having staged a frantic charge from 14th on the grid up to 4th. Speaking exclusively to Express Sport about the dramatic finale, Ingram said, "You never give up, and I had to keep putting him under pressure. You're flashing your headlights and hope that he makes a mistake, but he's a mega driver and was playing the defensive role for the team." The trouble with coming through pack, having carried weight and started on the standard tire in race 1, meant we had to pull some big moves which burns the brakes out. And because you have to be pushing from the start, you can't manage your tire life. During the 5 laps I had on Andy's tail, I had no brakes and no tires left, so it was difficult to try and launch an attack. Ingram was playing catch-up during the closing stages of the season after a technical infringement saw him disqualified from second place during round 23 of the campaign at Knockhill. The Speedworks star sustained damage on his Toyota Avensis during torrential conditions at the Scottish circuit, leading his car to fail a ride height check and post-race scrutineering. Ash Sutton was also penalized for an identical offense, so both drivers were stripped of their points, elevating title rival Turkington from 6th to 4th. "That was the biggest turning point of the season," said Ingram. "We'd pulled the margin back to 4 points, so Colin probably breathed a little sigh of relief." As soon as that points gap got back up to big numbers, he just knew he had to get those Silverstone and then Brands Hatch with very little drama. "Despite all my bigging things up on social media before the final race weekend, it was never going to happen, after the disqualification. Ultimately these things happen and you can't control them, so you've just got to take them on the chin. However, The former Ginetta GT Super Cup champion has plenty of positives to take out of the season and believes his partnership with Speedworks is heading in the right direction. Our first podium was only at the end of 2015, our first win in 2016, and obviously this year we've come ever so close to the overall title, he said. It goes to show just how quickly this boom has happened and how quickly we have hit the front. As soon as you've got a little bit of momentum on your side, you can go on and do amazing things. It's like when you see a small team in the FA Cup, and they just keep going and going and going. They have that momentum and positive mindset on their side, and once you've got that, you're in a really strong place. Ingram has developed a reputation as one of the finest passers on the grid and easily scooped the Dunlop Forever Forward Award with an outstanding 156 places gained across the season. Despite such a chaotic campaign, the Englishman did not receive a single penalty strike for contact with other cars and has been rewarded by picking up the Motorsport News BTCC Driver of the Year award and a nomination for the Autosport National Driver of the Year. The Motorsport News award is very cool because it is voted for by the team managers, said Ingram. The racing we've had all year has been hard but fair. I think the teams can see that we've genuinely done our passes on performance and not just muscled our way through. And it's a real privilege to be on the short list for the National Driver of the Year. You see some of the names on that list, with the likes of Johnny, Adam, and Phil Keen. It's a good place to be against those guys. If we win it, that would be fantastic. But even to be on that short list is a real privilege. The winners of the Autosport Awards, which among others sees Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen competing in the Racing Driver of the Year category, will be announced on December 2nd. Ingram is up against fellow BTCC stars Turkington and Sutton in the national category, while British GT champion Johnny Adam, runner-up Phil Keen and F3 driver Dan Ticktum have also made the short list. Cast your votes in the Autosport Awards, while you can catch up with all the action from the 2018 season on and watch highlights on the and you can also keep up to date on and